Good morning and welcome to Journey Road Ministries. My name is Dr. William Painter. This is October the 1st, and we are going to read Matthew 21, verses 23 to 32. When he entered the temple, the chief priests and the elders of the people came to him as he was teaching and said, "By what authority are you doing these things, and who gave you this authority?" Jesus said to them, "I will also ask you one question. If you will tell me the answer, then I will also tell you by what authority I do these things. Did the baptism of John come from heaven, or was it of human origin?" And they argued with one another. "If we say from heaven, he will say to us, 'Why then did you not believe him?' But if we say of human origin, we're afraid of the crowd, for all regard John as a prophet." So they answered Jesus, "We do not know." And he said to them, "Neither will I tell you by what authority I am doing these things. What do you think? A man has two sons. He went to the first and said, 'Son, go and work in the vineyard today.' And he answered, 'I will not.' But later he changed his mind and went. The father went to the second and said the same. And he answered, 'I go, sir.' But he did not go. Which of these two did the will of his father?" They said, "The first." Jesus said to them, "Truly I tell you, the tax collectors and the prostitutes are going into the kingdom of God ahead of you. For John came to you in the way of righteousness, and you did not believe him. But the tax collectors and the prostitutes believed him. And even after you saw it, you did not change your minds and believe him." Thus endeth the gospel. Right, so Dr. William Painter, I'm coming to you from Bangkok, Thailand, where I'm working on business. This is our offices. I'll just give you a bit of a spin around. It's not plush and plush, but it's comfortable. I want to talk about this passage a little bit, obviously. It always reminded me of a Respect My Authority character from that cartoon. And I want to emphasize something here, the question of authority. It was a big question in the medieval period. By what authority do you say this, or by what authority do you believe that? And there were proper authorities. There were the church fathers, the church doctors. Those were considered authorities. And today, we usually grant authority to people who have expertise or prestige, or typically not here in Thailand. We have it's the Kingdom of Thailand, actually. And the Kingdom of Thailand, its king has its authority granted by, I'm sure, some metaphysical deity. So here's Jesus being asked, by what authority does he do the things he does? And he's done some really extraordinary things at this point. I mean, he came riding into Jerusalem on the back of a donkey, the grand entrance, and at the same time, Pontius Pilate is coming in through the other door, riding a chariot, and the full glory of Rome on display. And then Jesus goes to the temple and tells that the money changers and the priests are all getting a little nervous about who is this guy and why is he doing all this. And of course, Jesus' response is never straightforward. He never says, "Oh, this is the reason." He never says, "I'm doing. God sent me here." He never says that. He says, "What do you think? What do you believe? What do you think?" And he always uses the two parables. And here's a lovely example of the parables of the two sons, right? He asks one son, "Go work in the vineyard." The guy goes, "I ain't gonna do that." And then he does. The other son lies and says, "I will go," and doesn't. Well, what he is saying is that these priests are like the second son, that they are saying, "Yes, I will do your bidding," but they don't do it. Whereas the tax collectors and prostitutes did God's bidding after they changed their minds. So I think about the state of the evangelical church, and I'm increasingly convinced that its irrelevance in the world is because it's simply not doing God's bidding. It's not doing God's work. It's not feeding the poor, clothing the naked, or providing comfort for the needy. They're judgmental. They are authoritarian. They are exclusive and exclusionary. And none of these things are attributes of Christ's church. So when we look for authority in people, I sometimes think maybe we ought to look at what they're doing and how they're doing it, and let their actions speak for themselves. I'm not going to keep you very long because it's a long way to Thailand. God bless you, and have a safe week.